Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving data sufficiency problems for GMAT out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, 12th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. One needs it in order to prepare for the exam. In order to follow my work, you need this book to have it in front of you so that you can read the problem with me. Don't depend on what I just read to you. It's better to have the book. It's the best investment that you're going to make in terms of preparation for GMAT. Number 4 is what I'm about to solve. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 273, data sufficiency problem number 4. If you have not watched the introduction, here's a tag for that, GMAT 12E for the 12th edition, data sufficiency intro. Just type it in on the YouTube and it will pop right up. Let's solve number 4. It says in College X, the number of students enrolled in both chemistry course and the biology course is how much less than the number of students enrolled in neither. So they're looking for the difference between the people who are taking neither the chemistry nor biology, not that it matters, there are two subjects. They're looking for the number of people who are taking neither of the course minus the number of people who are taking not either, but both. They use the word both. Big difference. Words are very important. They're not asking you, the question is not, I'm going to read what the question is not. They're not asking you the difference between the number of students enrolled in either chemistry or biology. That's not what they're saying. They're asking you the difference between the number of students who are taking the course, taking both chemistry and biology. So here's enrolled. Oh God, that's an atrocious handwriting. Enrolled in both minus enrolled in neither. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for people who are taking neither of the courses. It's how much less than the number of students enrolled in neither minus the enrolled in both. Let's take a look at it. See what the statement 1 gives us. Before we solve the problem, since this is a data sufficiency problem, we just realized that it's a data sufficiency problem. Pretend it's a real exam. As soon as the data sufficiency problem pops up on the screen, get in the habit of writing this: AD BCE. AD BCE. Make it your mantra. Okay? Again, if you don't know what that means, look it up. The first statement tells us, in the college there are 60 students enrolled in chemistry course. 60 in chemistry. But does that help us answer the question? Not at all. As a matter of fact, it does not answer either of the parts. I thought, for a second you might think that this will at least do half the job. If it did half the job, then we'll have a hope, we'll have a chance in a hell that the second statement will do the second half of the job, and then by putting them together we can probably answer the question. Knowing that there are 60 in the chemistry does not tell me how many there are in both chemistry and biology. So that does not do the job. Statement 1 does not do anything. That tells me that the answer cannot be A or D. Answer has to come from one of these three. And so far it does not look too bright, the prospect. The second statement tells me there are 85 students enrolled in biology. 85 in biology. Does that tell me either of this statement? Of course, second statement also does not tell me. Knowing that there are 85 in biology, it's not going to answer how many are taking neither. let alone this part. So if it doesn't even do this part, there's no point in even analyzing this part. You have to erase this here and from your mind. Look at only the second statement. Knowing that there are 85 students in biology, does that answer the first part of the equation that we need to figure out here? Well, I call it equation, it's an expression actually. It's an expression. Does it tell you how many are taking neither? Of course not. Second statement is also useless. The answer cannot be B. Let's put them together. Now this is where you have to stop and think. Not that it will do you any harm, because this is only number 4 out of 174 problems. I'm pointing to something, there is nothing there. They're all together 174 problems, and they get progressively a little bit more difficult. This is number 4 on a scale of 1 through 74. If you want to look at it that way, on a scale of 1 through 174, this is only number 4. This is a fairly straightforward problem. So even if you bungled, it won't do any harm. But the question is, are you quick enough to tell me that if you were to put them together, does that answer this question? Do we know how many are enrolled in both? The answer is no. No. Simply knowing that there are 60 in chemistry, and there are 85 in biology, does not tell me at all how many are in both. For that, I need to know the overlapping area. I do not know whether they overlap a little bit. Maybe 20 of these people are taking chemistry, just a little bit of overlap, or maybe this is a biology, and all 60 of the people who are taking chemistry are also taking biology. Or maybe it could be a situation like this. Maybe 20 of these people are taking both. So out of 60, 40 of them are taking only chemistry. This is chemistry. This is biology. So 85 minus 20 would be 65. So here I'm showing you a little bit of a Venn diagram help here. Here I'm showing you a situation. There are 20 people who are taking both. All of this is unnecessary, you understand? All of this is unnecessary, because even put them together, even if putting these two statements together were to answer this part, which it does not, but even if we were to answer that part, it still does not solve the problem that we have no way of knowing how many are taking neither in the whole college. So this putting them together is also useless. But anyway, I'm just playing around with it. So here's the situations where all 60 of the people who are taking chemistry are also taking biology. So, in other words, only 25 students of the students who are taking both courses are taking only biology, but all the 60 students who are taking chemistry are taking biology. Or situation could be like this. They have barely anything in common. Just one student is taking both courses. But anyway, the point here is we do not know either of this part. We do not. I want you to understand this thing. That's why I'm making a big fuss about it. Because I want you to understand the conceptually that even if you were to put them together, it does not answer this question, let alone this one, as I already explained 2 or 3 times. So neither of them is good. So the answer is E. E stands for neither. The answer for this problem is E. That's all. That's all. We are done. So that was number 4. I hope I did not explain too much, because sometimes I have a tendency of doing that, but it's okay. Because you just don't want to solve the problem superficially and just move on. You want to understand it, especially when you're doing it for learning purposes. I'm not talking about real exam. I do not expect you to sit there and analyze the bloody thing in such detail in the real exam. Obviously, you have to keep a decent pace. But when you're doing it for learning purposes, try not to do the problem in a cursory manner. Look it up and learn it. The word I was going to use it. The word actually I was going to use was, let me put it in a different color because I do have flair for the dramatics. Now it's so far in, I hope you can read it. The word is cursorily. It's an adverb, obviously. Try not to do the problem cursorily, in a haste. There is no rush. Put your mind into it, put your heart into it, and do it with the proper attitude. And don't do them just for the sake of doing them, so that you can learn something out of it. That's the whole point of doing these 174 problems, so that you can master the concept that appear in the exam. All right. Anyway, enough of the pep talk. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I do face-to-face tutoring. I also tutor over the telephone. I do tutoring over the Skype, over the internet through Skype. If you wish to get hold of me, I'll be more than happy to help you in any aspect of your preparation for the GMAT. I do the entire exam. Go to my website at www.prep.gmat.com and send me an email. Alright? Or you can go to www.keshwaniprep.com and send me an email. Okay? Thanks.